Hello. In case you haven't figured it out, I'm into horses. So today I chose to talk about the belief that horses are a dangerous animal and you should not ride them. I'm sure you've probably heard of it before. I believe it's a cultural and sometimes even a global belief that isn't true. You're probably thinking, well, how do you know that? Well, I started riding when I was 6. By the time I was 14, I got a job with a horseback riding on the beach company. And now at 26, have been the owner for a while and have had the pleasure of continuing to have my lifelong dream as a job, doing horseback riding on the beach. Over the years, we've had people come from all over the world to ride on the beach. It seems that every family has, had a member in it that was either too scared to ride, so they just came to take pictures, and or maybe that they were ready to ride and they got there and saw the size of the horses and they changed their mind. It seems that each family just has someone that is very fearful of the horses, and some of them may have had bad experiences in the past, or might have heard something bad about riding, or just are intimidated by the size and the mannerism of the particular horse they're going to ride. Well, I hope to persuade you that it's okay to ride, and there are many good things about horses, and you can really have a good time and enjoy them. I'm not saying that you can't get hurt, but I think you can most definitely avoid it. It's just like anything else. There are steps to riding and safety measures. So my two favorite quotes, they come from Winston Churchill. He said, "There is something about the outside of a horse that is good for the inside of a man." And he also said, "No hour of life is wasted that is spent in the saddle." I hope to encourage you to be involved with horses and know that they don't have to be dangerous creatures. They're actually quite enjoyable. First, I would like to discuss the most common problem that you hear about horses being considered a dangerous animal. It's simply just that the people that are riding picked the wrong horse. The rider and the horse do not fit as a pair. Riding a horse is just like driving a car. You don't put a 16-year-old behind the wheel of a car for the first time without proper training. So you need to teach them how to drive first, and they study beforehand. You even go with them in the car usually the first few times and help coach them through so they don't hurt themselves or anybody else. And horseback riding is the same exact way. You make sure that the first horse you get on is an older, experienced horse that is used to beginner riders. The horse should have been ridden a lot and have a generally calm behavior. You want to make sure that you talk to your horse when you approach it, give him a rub on the neck or maybe a treat to start establishing a relationship of trust. And you have to understand that horses are herd animals. They're always looking for something that might be after them. So it's natural for them to be a little intimidated of you if they sense that you're scared of them or that you might hurt them. If you approach a horse and it's reacting in a negative way toward you, use your common sense and don't get on it. Most horses go throughout their lives with different owners, and you never know when someone may have harmed that horse in the past and they just don't trust people now. The second recommendation is make sure that you have someone that is an experienced rider to help you. Horseback riding lessons are generally the best option. That way you can get one-on-one with an instructor, or you can just be in a small group to begin with and go at your own pace. Usually most instructors realize that everyone doesn't always learn as fast as others, and that's okay. and they'll adjust you as you get comfortable. And if you can't get lessons, at least have one show you what to do before you get on the horse. Our operation has been in business since 1995. Each ride is only an hour or an hour and a half, but the first 10 to 15 minutes is just getting everyone on and getting them properly fit in their equipment. And there's an instructional time. And I'm going to share with you a little bit of what we generally say. I couldn't bring my horse in the house, so just the stand with the saddle and reins will have to do. But this is normally how you would see me do the instructional portion. I would be on the side of the horse, and I would have the reins in my hand, just as if I was sitting on there or riding them. With all of our horses, they neck rein, so you point them in the direction you want them to go. We tell the little ones the reins are like your magic wand. Point them the way you want them to go. So if you want to go right, you just pull the rein against their neck to the right. If you want to go left, you pull the rein against their neck to the left. And if you want to stop, you pull straight back to your belly button. Now you can pull up in the air, but your horse probably won't respond as quickly because you're pulling the bit up instead of back. So you want to pull straight back to your belly button. There are other things that we might consider. We usually go into the rules for us, since we have most beginner riders, are that horses have to walk only. And make sure that the people know that. Know not to kick them. All of our horses are very well trained, and they know their job. And they're all older, and they really don't need kicking. Just do your steering. Another misunderstood thing about horses is that just because they're herd animals, you think you can get them right on top of each other. And that's not true. You want to make sure you keep at least an arm's length distance all the way around your horse at all times. They're just like brothers and sisters, and they'll pick on each other. Anyway, you get the picture. We kind of go through all these things just to help you out so you kind of know what to expect before you start going down the beach. And you have a guide with you. So if you end up having any problems or any questions along the way, you just ask. And another thing that you can do to help beforehand is to educate yourself. There is so much information out there about riding horses on the internet. We use the internet for everything, and riding horses can be the same way. And it's just like anything else. You might not get exactly what you want, and it might not be exactly the same what you actually ride, but there are places like Pirelli.com that have a riding simulator that you can try using your computer, and you can move up through the levels to different levels of riding. And if you don't like the internet, get a book or a magazine. Most local communities have a saddle club or a riders association that can help you, and there's a lot of the 4-H's and different saddle clubs also host free clinics about horses and riding. So make sure you always ask plenty of questions when you go to a riding facility. Also, try to steer and stop your horse while the person that's helping you get on is still standing there. That way you'll build a little bit of confidence before you head out, and you'll know that you can stop and turn anytime you like. In conclusion, I would just like to say that I've had horses most of my life. I still have the horse that I had when I was 11 years old, and he is my buddy. The connection we have is wonderful. There's something to be said about the therapy that riding can provide for a person. There are many horses that need good homes, even just in our area, and many die each day because they don't have good homes. So I encourage you to take a ride. Don't be scared, just be prepared, and you'll have a wonderful experience, I'm sure. You'll see that horses are not scary, and they're just waiting for a companion. Thank you.